Okay. So,
I think so.
Mhm.
Welcome back.
Where isn't Lynn's
Welcome to episode 4, Whores
of the broadcast? So this week we're drinking what I'm calling Mama's Poison. Or did I call it Mama's Potion?
You said Mama's Nectar.
Oh. Mama's Nectar. It's a little bit of everything. It's tasty. It's tropical because we're in the middle of Connecticut and it's raining and dank outside. Unlike the dungeons that we wish we were in with Rhysand singing to us to keep us strong as we just rolled in worm shit, we are here in the middle of Connecticut drinking our tropical drinks.
With no ferrymen.
My husband's ghosting me about our Chinese food we want to order. And here we are.
It just ain't it.
Ain't it? We're suffering. Hashtag privileged.
So, because we're feeling a little unhinged and we want to spice things up a bit today, we thought maybe going off of our blog post from last week, we would talk about our bark arf arf or the animated hotties, because you know the trend right now is your okay, hear me out. So we're gonna hop on that and
hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
So our very first, and I'm gonna let Lindsay explain this one. Well, actually, I think we should backtrack a little bit. I think you remember we've talked about Danny Phantom. We've talked about the blue-haired Hades, who you know I have a soft spot for, and we've talked about a lot of people, animals, Mufasa included, and so that's kind of the vibe we're going for here today. So I'll let you kick this one off with your big daddy.
My big daddy. I talked about it a little bit in the first episode, but my favorite character of all time is Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Of course, he's my sweet little baby, but he's also my fucking daddy. And if you need further explanation, book 3 episode, the Boiling Rock episode, go to minute mark 1955. That was my sexual awakening, and it still gets me every time.
Yeah, talk about a character arc, though.
No. He's honestly the best character of all time.
Once his hair fell over his eyes, it was like, it's over for us, bitches. Okay, next. Okay, so I think I've mentioned this before, but back in my day when I was still young and in like middle school, early high school, and I was like watching TV at home, like it usually played in the morning, or like when I got home from school, we'd record it. And it was when the Beyblade show was on, like the OG Beyblade show though. And I had 2 brothers, so we were watching that shit, right? And the one character, the green Beyblade, Kiyoya, I literally was like, oh, this is a sexual awakening. That's what this is. First of all, he was a Leo. Okay, his star sign, Beyblade sign, was the lion.
That was not a lion.
What's that?
I don't know what I was doing.
Okay, decapitated beast. Yeah, so he was a hottie, and I was obsessed with him, and he was such a douchebag.
You see, when you put this down, I never watched Beyblades. I thought you were talking about the toy.
Oh no, like the toy was hot too.
I didn't know it was actually a character. I thought it was just the toy.
Well, no, like, because the Beyblade was him embodied in metal, pretty much.
I thought it was literally the toy.
Well,
we can talk about hot toys.
Anyway.
Next on our list, Anakin Skywalker. Excuse me.
What is happening?
I was a little under the weather last week. I'm fine.
Was that a sneeze?
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
That was the demons.
The demons.
The demons.
The parasite.
The parasite. You know, they said that if you got, I was very sick last week, but I'm fine now. I'm fine. They said if you get sick, like after the eclipse, it means like it's like the demons leaving your body.
Really?
So that was them leaving.
Are you sure they're not entering you?
Only the slutty ones.
Yeah.
Only at night. So, anyways, sorry. So, if you ever watch Star Wars, you of course know who Anakin is. He's Darth Daddy. But in specifically, did you ever watch the Clone Wars? Yeah, so Izzy knows. In the Clone Wars TV show, like something about animated Anakin.
Yeah, I mean,
was just
Anakin
so
in
good.
general, like Hayden
Well,
was so
yes.
hot.
But I feel like I became attracted to him as the animated version
no.
before I became attracted to like Hayden Christensen.
No. Him pre-Rat Tail when Padme was still alive.
This is Padawan little break.
Him when he was like, when he had like the longer hair and it was the lava scene. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Well, that's enough
You
of that.
mean like the heartbreaking Revenge of the Sith?
Mm-hmm. When he enters his demon era, pretty much.
And then you're like, sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
Darth Daddy is here. But in the show, he like, it was before that happened. So he was like a little bad boy, but he was still like good.
Mm.
So like, there was just an arrogance to him that's really fucking hot.
Got it. Okay, next, Mr. Incredible. I think we've all watched that movie and had a moment being like, oh, he's a hunk. Okay. Like Mr. Daddy, pretty much. First of all, a dedicated father, dedicated husband, dedicated hero. Okay.
The DDD, and he's
The
got
triple
a big D.
He's got that tiny little man waist and the big shoulders, and he looks good in spandex.
The scene where he like lifts up the car.
Oh my god. And also Mrs. Incredible really whipped him in shape. I mean, obviously with the dump truck that she has, you'd think she would. But he literally like he started high, went down, and then like went back up again.
Yeah.
He really had some growth, and I just like I love him.
I love Mr. Incredible.
I love Mr. Incredible.
Incredible
Daddy. You could be my hero, baby. And this is like a together one, but it's mostly you because love of your life. But
Victor Nikiforov.
But I loved Yuri on Ice. Like I've watched it like 3 times. I'm obsessed.
I always said to Izzy, I'm very deep into like Alpha Victor Nikiforov AO3 right now.
Many a fanfic.
I always send Izzy everything. And the fan art.
And the fan
art. Really, really good. Graphic. He's just like so cute. He's so beautiful. And like I want them to be together. Victor and Yuri stan Victory. But like
that's cute. Victory.
But I also want him. I love me
biblically.
Like silver hair. I love being a Russian man too.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it.
Well, that's probably why you like Rowan so much, because it's like they have the similar color palette.
They are very similar.
Yeah, not at all, but at the same time.
But yeah. And he's also gay, and I like that.
Yeah, I do too, and he embraces his flair. But he is daddy. Also, all of the like international skaters in that show are super hot.
They're all fucking stunning. Like
who's like I can't even think of them all, but one of them is like
Oda really, Beck.
Yeah.
I love Oda Beck and Yurio, so pretty.
Yeah. So good. Yeah.
I could talk about Yuri on Ice for probably like 5 years straight. Just keep talking. But yeah, in honor, this is the man's. And if you didn't catch that, he's from Yuri on Ice. It's just an anime.
You said it like 8 times.
Yeah, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. You can watch it wherever. I don't care. I will advertise it. Nappa, get back to Yuri on Ice right now. I need it.
It's a national crisis.
It is. An international crisis.
Yeah, really. Maybe I'll like rewatch it tonight. Okay.
So going back to Disney.
Flynn Rider. I mean, I think that's self-explanatory. I actually found out, and I thought this was hilarious, that they had a hot man meeting where they invited like 50 girls in to go over every version of Flynn Rider that they had and like talk about like features they like to help like pretty much craft the hottest version of him possible. And it's like it's all male illustrators that right, and so they're all like, yeah, well, this meeting was a little uncomfortable for us. And it's like, wonder why, because all the girls in there are like frothing at the mouth over this fictional man whose eyebrow is like this. And we'll just segue right into my next character, which was Maximus, the horse that was just sniffing out Flynn Rider the entire time. And he'd be like, and
just like, so
and then
like,
they were like buddies at the end. Yeah. Oh my God. He was like a hot horse. Yeah.
When he jumped over, like when they were escaping the castle.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Supernatural?
Yeah.
They always say that like Flynn Rider is Dean.
Oh, 100%.
And that like this is Sam. Low-key looks like Maximus the horse.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And then I think that I think it's safe to say this is the nation's daddy. I think
Li Shang from
collectively
Mulan.
We can all agree he's the hottest of all of them.
I could rewatch like just the "I'll Make a Man Out of You" scene like over and over and over and over. Like he's just the perfect man. And you can see in my blog, I'm like, I don't know if it's because he's hot, if it's because he's a good soldier, if he's loyal, or if it's because he has a little like gay panic when he thinks that Mulan is a man. And we know that I like my gay man.
Also, so I think what I love too is that like he low-key falls for Mulan and then is like almost disappointed when he finds out.
No, literally. There's so many memes about
it. Same thing with like Beauty and the Beast. She's like, go back, turn back.
One thing where he's like, no, you're a woman. I thought you were a twink.
That's hilarious. Okay, so to keep this on track, because we've created a PowerPoint presentation with our favorite animated daddies, bark-worthy daddies. They're in no specific order. We just kept them mildly sane to mildly insane. So first up, cue the transition. First up, we've got Kakashi from Naruto. He was like literally the daddy of the show. Naruto. Like he was their sensei. He was a baddie. Like whenever anything was going wrong and he just like arrived on scene, you knew that shit was going to get handled. Yeah, and he had like the thing that covered his eye and face, and then like some like he'd like pull it in. Oh, it's like so hot. And he was such a good ninja.
And he's got like the silver hair thing going for him too.
And he was like a badass. And then like he would like lift up his thing and it would be like a red eye. Okay, next.
Ooh, Sasaki from Sasaki and Miyano. If you haven't watched or read the manga, I think you'd like it. It's BL, Boys Love manga, turned into an anime. And it's really, really sweet. But Sasaki is like the main.
I mean, look at this pic. He's like so flirty.
Everything. And he has moments where he's like unhinged, like protective, like sexy. If you've watched the show, you know, but he has some moments where you're like, okay, he's cute. And then he does something and you're like, oh, fuck.
Literally.
And I love that in a man.
Literally. Who's next?
Hercules. Honey, you mean
Hercules. I mean, the music's got it right. He's so hot. I'm just refilling my drink. Hold on.
I love being my fellow ginger, my baby boy, turned hunky hunk.
Oh my God. Honey, you mean Hercules. I mean, that's so accurate. Yeah. Refill?
Yes, please.
Hunky.
Oh. It's like the blue milk from Star Wars.
I mean, he's hot. First of all, he's a nice guy. He's strong. His muscles are literally being measured here because they're so ginormous. And I mean, I think it speaks for itself. He's like, damn. Okay, Big Daddy, King Triton. I mean, again, with the huge shoulders, huge chest and pec, and then tiny, tiny little man waist.
No, literally, he's
He-
cinched.
He's snatched his tiny little ass, but he's like, ugh. He just wants what's best for his daughters, but he's not afraid to lay down the
I just
law.
liked how like alpha he is.
He's
you know,
so alpha.
like I just feel like even though he could be like an asshole, he's like, ugh, I want you to be my daddy.
Yeah, really.
Ugh, fucking Tonraq, Korra's dad from The Legend of Korra. First of all, every single adult in Avatar: The Last Airbender / Korra universe is hot.
He looks a lot like
Katara's dad.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a baddie too.
Yeah.
Katara's dad. But I went with Tonraq because like there's just so many scenes of him like actually like bending that's super hot. And like this is a full grown man, like this is a full father, and he's laying it down. Like,
oh my god,
he's bringing you to
pound. Pound me, chisel me from the ice, daddy.
Pound on me.
Chisel me from the ice. Okay, Ace from One Piece. When I watched the show, I watched it in high school, and he's like the older brother of the main character, and he's, I mean, like, looking at me, he's so hot, like with the tats, and he's got like bad boy energy. He's got like a peg leg, you know. He's just like,
he's got a peg leg.
Yeah, but it's like hot though. At least I think he has one. Now I can't even remember. He has a peg leg either way, if you know what I mean. Anyway, he's delectable, and he's got freckles. Period. That's all I have to say.
Speaking of a peg leg, fucking Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, but like specifically like How to Train Your Dragon 2 and beyond.
Yes. So I used it as his after he realizes he was no one's bitch era. Except for Astrid.
He knows he rides the baddest dragon.
Yeah, he's got the baddest woman. His dad was a baddie. Like,
I just remember that being like the biggest glow up.
Yeah.
And just thinking, holy shit. Like, if you know me, you know that I have like a full Hiccup phase. This man could do whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants, for real. Okay, so Tatsu from House Husband. That's not what it's called. I mean, it is, but it's not like the full title. Why can't I think of it now? Anyway, let me give you a let me set the scene. Gangster, right? Like known, notable, badass gangster everyone's afraid of, turned house husband. He gives it all up because he meets his wife, who's a badass like businesswoman, by the way, and he stays home. He cooks, he cleans, he like glorifies housewifeness, and he does everything. And then he just like walks around looking like an absolute savage, trying to do nice things, and people are like, ah! And he's just like, sliced fruit, like it's so funny. But then like, oh my god, it's so funny. It's hilarious. If you haven't watched it, it is hilarious. I want them to make so many more seasons.
He looks like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Tachan. Next up, Hiccup's dad, Stoic the Vast. First of all, the beard alone could bring me to my knees. I want to feel that in all my nether regions.
And he's just like big. And again, like with like the alpha thing, but he's also like a great father. And
yeah.
Like,
again, he's like the Mr. Incredible of.
Yes.
And he struggled to accept his son at first, not in a negative way, but because they were so different. And he grew to like really just appreciate and value his son for who he was. And I love that.
And that's hot.
It is hot. It is hot.
Okay, this is like my hear me out. Fucking Gil the fish with the scar, the baddie fish from Nemo. Just like I was like,
stay
walked
away
in the
from
room.
the bubbles. he swishes into the room like bloop,
he
bloop,
could
bitch.
eat my bubbles. He like swims in.
Feast on my kelp any day.
And the way he's like, shark bait, and like he's
Uh-huh.
Australian.
Oh,
Like it's
an Australian accent. Slap it on the ugliest dude on the planet, and I'm like,
like
I
that's
would
a
ride that.
baddie fish.
Baddie fish, 100%. Okay, next. I'll let you run this one. I'll let you run this one.
Okay, so we were discussing this earlier. Sully from Monsters Inc. is just like that's a man. Like he's not too full of himself, even though he's the best there is. He's big, he's bad, but he's also blue with purple polka dots. So that means he doesn't like he's not that bad. So that means like he could still take you to Pound Town, but like he'd make sure you're okay. And how he treated Boo, like he has such a soft side, but like
And a protective side.
like when he's determined, get out the way.
Now next, Spirit, the Rune Dannon of animated animals. Rune Dannon, crown prince of the Farbaran Fae. Spirit, crown horse of the meadow pasture.
Whatever the fuck. Spirit's one of those, like, I haven't even watched Spirit in a really long time.
Yeah, me neither, but he's just hot.
Remember him.
I mean, look at his face. Like, that's a hot horse.
He also looks like Castile from Blood and Ash. I've seen that too.
He's just hot.
That's a hot horse.
Yeah, that's a hot horse.
Kovu from The Lion King 2. Izzy said that he's legit the Zuko of The Lion King.
Tell me I'm wrong. Look at this photo.
He starts off bad, and then he learns and he grows, and they honestly might have like the same arc.
Yeah, and
they actually might be the same.
Let's be real. Isn't he like surrounded by fire half the time too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also like a scene where like when they run away together, and he was like, "We could start our own pride." Like he was down to business.
Down. DTF. Okay, first of all, Simba could get some
any day.
Any day. Did you see how he had Nala up there in the grass, all laid down, like paws up, eyes looking? I mean, look
Adult
at him.
Simba, like Hakuna Matata.
I mean, he's hot. Like, and he can sing.
Just look at him.
And he can sing. And you know he can
he
dick
looks
it
like
down.
Lucian from Akatar there.
100%. Next, we have Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat.
Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat.
I mean, he just wanted to provide for that beautiful cat, and he even like adopted her kids. Like
the Riz on this man.
The Riz, literally Thomas the Riz. He's like the Dorian of.
No, wait. I think I saw something like that.
He rizzed that bitch up so hard.
And he stays good the whole time. Yeah. Like even when they're together, like, and he clutched that. And he's still there for the kids.
And
too.
Yeah, and when all those other cats are like scatting and singing jazz, he's just like rizzing up this girl and like taking care of her kids for her and protecting her, which I love. On a similar note,
Pongo from 101 Dalmatians.
First of all, he had like literally 100 kids and still provided. I think that speaks for itself.
Honestly, if you watch 101 Dalmatians as an adult, like Pongo is so romantic.
Yeah.
And then like when they're looking for the kids and they're on a mission, like he's just so determined and he's so willing to do everything. And like that's very attractive.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the Beast. I think we were all disappointed when he turned into some like less than hunky, less than hairy, shaved man. First of all, why didn't he at least have a beard?
No, literally, he was just completely like. I mean, he had like long hair.
He had long hair, and don't get me wrong, he wasn't unattractive.
Like, he was attractive, yeah.
But like, come on,
like, rawr, we need like a little.
The
bit
Beast
of, like...
was so good. I mean, no. Okay. Bruce.
Hello.
Bruce.
I always get into my head with that one scene in Nemo where he's like, I never knew my father.
I love him.
I love him. He's just like so big and he knows who he is, but he's got that tragic backstory, I guess.
He does, and he's got the scars to prove it.
He never knew his father.
I never knew my father.
Also, what that mouth do?
What that mouth do? And his teeth are very clean. You can tell he brushes. Okay, so literally the entire the entire cast of Shark Tale. The sharks are hot, the fish are hot, the jellyfish are hot. First of all, the ladyfish, Lola, could get it any day. Honestly, I think I had like a lesbian like panic moment when watching that movie. I was like, oh.
That's what you're concerned about? You're not concerned about that you're literally attracted to fish?
Wait, who voiced her? Lola Shark Tale.
Isn't it Angelina Jolie?
Probably. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Angelina
god, I
Jolie.
nailed that.
That makes sense. Yeah, but like the entire cast, even the reggae jellyfish were
What a hot ocean.
Yeah,
They're
really.
dumping the right pollution in that.
Those chemicals be working. Okay, Agent Bubbles.
This is a shout out from
Oh, he got mixed up in
your
all the
husband.
animals. Yeah, Mike dropped this rec. He said, How about the agent from Lilo and Stitch?
And
He's
then
hot."
we said, oh!
And we were like, how could we forget? First of all, the size, the dedication, the stern brow. Yeah.
He's just like the girls who get it, get it.
The girls are gonna get it.
Kenai from Brother Bear. First of all, I can defend this because he
Go
technically
ahead.
was human. He was a very cute, very hot human, and he just like he was defending himself, like he was avenging his brother, and then he gets turned into a bear, and he's so fine. He's such a good like brother.
Look at that
like, parent
fade
figure.
on his.
Because that's his human face. Like he was such a cute little human, and now he's a bear.
They don't make animation like this anymore.
They really don't. And honestly, the whole transformation when he's turning from a human from a bear, like it really does it for me. It's a beautiful scene.
Okay. Okay, and then last on our list, I had like the serious hots for Bunny Mund. But Bunny Mund is, first of all, Australian. Second of all,
Hugh
hot.
Jackman.
He's huge. He's Hugh Jackman. And he is just like, look at him. He's tatted up. And he's like, I don't know, but the all of the fanfic and the fan art of him and Jack Frost are like him and like the Tooth Fairies.
He can hippity hoppity.
He can
right
hippity
into your
hoppity.
Easter basket.
Yeah, and he's just like, and he's got like a tragic backstory too. He's got lore. So that's our that's our list. That's our podcast. It's gonna be a whopping like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we just felt like, like I was sick last week. It's just been like kind of.
We just have
like,
not been able to get our shit together.
It's been like kind of a crappy month. So like we just wanted to have some fun and let loose and do something different.
Yeah.
And that we're very unhinged people. And we know that you probably feel the same way about
absolutely
these people that we do.
So exciting news though. Our next podcast, we're going to dive into some animated anime slash like mangas, manhwas, all of the above. Like 'cause I have quite a bit to say on that department. Way more to say, in fact.
Yeah, we definitely want to devote like a lot of time. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about in regard
I
to
go off for hours just about like hot gangster tops in mangas. Dangerous Convenience Store. Have you read that one? Dangerous Convenience Store?
I haven't read it yet.
It's so good, and it's finished now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And it's a good ending.
Ooh. You know what? We could talk about this.
We'll save it.
But thank you for watching as always, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, whores.